Judging by the look on his face, Drake, I didn't know you were shooting like a music video today. Well, you were making some soups.
Are you saying there's no soup?
Like the soup is coming, isn't it, Drake?
I think that's the look.
For a breakdown on the bars and full backstory, check out last episode's Watchumentary. And stay tuned this episode for Matt Marc's final remarks.
Remarkaboard section.
Bring it in, man.
Let's get these scores in, huh? To see how Drake really does. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Impact. Immediate impact. First impressions. Lasting presence. Impact.
I remember when we initially listened to it, it was actually quite a tough listen. And I think I'm starting to get something about Drake and how I listen to Drake and what I like and what annoys me. I love what Drake does here and there, but he does too much of it. Like when you bump into someone and you're like happy to see him and then you can't get rid of him.
You're lucky you caught us in, you know. We were just on our way out.
Hey! You got this! You know how long I've been looking to take this? I'm gonna borrow it, right? Mixed work, is it? Why, what a brother loves the block, man. I couldn't get him out of my life. I had to call him a cat, but you can't really turf out a brother, you know what I mean?
You wanna bet?
Huh? Hey, I've got enough stories to tell you. I'll come back tomorrow, you know what I mean?
He outstayed his welcome.
It was good for a while, but now
Yeah.
you're not picking up on the signs to leave it alone.
100%. I'm enjoying it, but after a while, I'm just like, I can't even hear it anymore because it just feels monotonous. I'm invested in the first like minute to 2 minutes, but 4 minutes in, it's happening again. Like I'm drifting off. I like what you're doing, but by the third section, I'm like, okay, are we done yet? It's like, no, still another 2.5 minutes. It's like, all right, just sit here. Like,
Okay, yes. We're bored. We're all bored now.
it felt more unwelcome than welcome. Nothing that made me go, oh, that hit. Don't get me wrong, the music hits pretty hard throughout. I think the music is sick. The production is wild. But unfortunately, Drake just smothers it. He's just all over it too much. And before long, you feel like you can't even hear the track. So yeah, a long way of saying a 4 for impact. It was more just wanting the song to veer off after a while, more so than stay here and hit me with more. Stop hitting me.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
It's that film that you keep trying to stream. You just keep putting it on and you keep falling asleep at the same point. And then you come back the next day. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me rewind it. 5 minutes just so I can refresh myself.
Waiting for
It's
a
left
bus.
on 43 minutes. There's only like 17 minutes left.
It's like waiting for a bus and then falling asleep before like the bus arrives, so you just miss it. Another bus comes along, you're excited to get on it, and someone distracts you and you miss another bus.
And then you get on that bus and you fall asleep on that bus and then you go past your stop.
I missed the bus, and there's something I would never, ever, ever do again.
Impact for me, I'd probably give it a 7. It was off the back of 616. It was a bit quieter in its like output. It didn't reverberate as much as the loudness of Euphoria. Because of that, it left a bit of an opening for Drake to come fairly strong. When it did hit, the track that it is, it demands attention. Big 7 minutes, as you said. It did have quite a loud entrance. Probably fairly, and up to this point that we've listened to, probably the best produced, mixed well, put together well. Why it doesn't reach a 7 is content, what we're talking about. In the first verse, he's mainly taking aim at Kendrick. The second section, his flow, technically sick, sounds great, high technical ability in terms of the cadence, the fast flow.
I ain't even know you rap still, cause they only talking about your fit again. Probably gotta have a kid again for you think of dropping any shit again.
But then it gets to that point that you're talking about, he's still doing this, goes on for a while, and he switches it up here and there, but it's basically the same sort of flow and the same level of attack. Also, he's not talking to Kendrick anymore at this point, so now he's gone back to this 20v1 shit. He's talking to Rick Ross, The Weeknd's manager, A$AP Rocky, trying to attack everyone when really his focus should just be Kendrick.
Motherfuck the big 3, nigga, it's just big me, nigga.
If you had done this same thing, 3 different sort of beats where it was all focused on Kendrick, first it would say that you've got enough to say about Kendrick. That's important, right? Instead, where he doesn't give as much attention to Kendrick, he tries to leave these sort of haymakers. What's this with Whitney? I'm hearing you put your hands on her. The manager, now are they really just friends? Are your kids your kids? It's not the same as Kendrick where it's worthy of your time to do more research of.
Yeah, right.
The stuff that Drake talks about hits you like a tabloid. Who was A$AP Rocky with? Who was your baby mum at this time? The third verse, like, it's a very cool beat, just really musical. His flow, his cadence. But again, when we dig deeper into what he's talking about, the accusations on Kendrick, it doesn't provide long-lasting impact because it is so surface level. Again, it's listenable. That's something that you can put on, something that you can vibe to. Upon further scrutiny, it's still quite base, quite hollow. Impact for me, I would give it a 7.
Memorability. Notable quotables. Stickiness. Iconic potential. Memorability.
Yes, I have to apologise to Drake, mate, but you're not hitting me with these memorable tracks. Going from the first listen, I remember just being so happy that this track was done. It's like, oh, finally. It's over. There's 7.5 minutes I won't get back.
Bye-bye. Think fuck that's over.
If this was a 3-minute track, 3.5-minute track, it would have been quite lethal. Change up those switches, the different cadences, the things that he dropped. I think it would have been one of the hardest tracks so far. As soon as we were done listening to it, it was almost like it was just purged. That's something I'm not doing again. I do like it a lot more than I did initially, but because of those issues, there was no thinking about this. The Day Freeze line. I love the way he even drops it. Day Free. I think it's all pretty sick. That should really be like memorable. That should stick in your head. But then like another 4 minutes later, you're still listening to this track. The bit with Day Freeze is just gone.
Uh-oh. But it's too late. It's too late. Jeez.
Talking about this, you're talking about that, especially with that second section. Like, I don't think his flow changes for like 3 solid minutes. Yeah, it scores low for me, man, on memorability, sadly, because I think there are memorable things in this track, but Drake, you just make it so difficult to remember those things. I'm scoring you a 2.
Ah, shit. In terms of memorability, I remember it in terms of the sequence of the battle itself. He opened with his mum saying, maybe on this track you shouldn't say the N-word, is what she was about to say, because of what Kendrick said.
We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Stop.
And now he's 10 toes down. No, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it lots in front of my white mother.
It was like somebody I looked up to at one point. It was somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga.
The guy who did the 616 theory, he thought it was a really smart move for Drake to have his mum come and start the track. His mum being white wouldn't have wanted him to say the N-word. Drake's black family, they'd be cool with it because of course they're black. But his white mum would have an issue with it. So him having her on the track, that's really smart.
Drake strategically trolls Kendrick by getting his own mother to start off the track, requesting that Drake not use the word. It's pretty clever because his mother probably doesn't approve of him using this word either. But she ultimately couldn't do anything about it because Drake is half black. The other side of his family uses it.
He said it's pretty clever. He gave probably to his mom and said clearly that side of the family uses it. My family growing up didn't use the N-word.
I believe it was the Push-Ups episode where you became a prophet.
We get all my producers on this, and my writers, and my mates, and my mum. Mum, what do you think about this?
Anyway, I'm not going to say more. I'm not going to say more. Their mums are involved. And that's why in that very moment you were a prophet. Drake literally involves his mum, not just by showing the text exchange and saying, oh yeah, Rick Ross is racist, mum, but also puts her at the start of the track.
Wow.
Simply so his white mum could say, maybe you shouldn't say the N-word. No, Mum, I'm going to say it. And oh boy, does he say it.
Yeah, you can't listen to the censored version of this song. What's the point?
Ultimately, when I think about memorability for this track, all was there domestic abuse with Kendrick and Whitney. Is Day 3 really the secret baby dad? Here's a wild accusation on Kendrick, and he's really a scumbag. If I'm really to take that, then there just has to be more for me to go on. As you said, he didn't capitalize on it. If he had slimmed down the track, again, focused solely on Kendrick, he could have done a similar structure, 3 beats, whatever, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Different track. The listeners will be listening more to it because there's just less.
Trimming the fat, isn't it?
This is a highlight, but not very memorable. There are a few bars that will stick out, but those bars go on to be remembered more for other things than what Drake made of them in this track.
Surprise.
What you're about to hear, or rather should have heard, was Matt's final score for the category of memorability on Drake's Family Matters, further compounding the frankly deafening irony that this omission occurs while assessing today's subject on the very concept of memorability. It should be noted that Matt, in fact, scored the song a 5, citing unfocused writing, incomplete schemes, and a diss track seemingly devoid of emotion.
We get the point.
I beg your pardon?
You've made it. Repeatedly.
I was merely establishing...
You were filibustering.
That is categorical.
Spare me the lecture. I do not require a category breakdown from a knockoff crime narrator with a pause complex.
Well, damn, that was a little...
I am the context. I define the categories. I uphold the structure. I am Remarkaboard.
That reply was shocking. I will be recusing myself from further investigation.
Good. And next time, knock.
But you don't have a physical...
Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Surprise. Shock factor, ingenuity, and innovation. Unpredictability. Surprise.
There are elements I'm surprised he did artistically. Kendrick did a beat switch up in Euphoria. Drake has 3 completely different beats. A nice sonic change. The second beat, a New York drill, up-tempo sort of beat. The most modern sound. The one thing that got my attention was the Day 3 thing, being Whitney's real baby dad, with or without Kendrick's knowledge. Just on how bold the accusation was, and how obscure the accusation was, it stood out. Immediately when I heard it, it didn't seem plausible. Nothing is impossible. Again, who is your source? My source in this case is Drake. So I'm a bit like,
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking...
The Whitney Kendrick domestic stuff, seemingly baseless. It's still something that you've heard about in the past. Day 3 thing was completely left field. The flip side of the surprising things that Drake chose to do, but it's also not surprising because it's Drake.
Oh, there's a big surprise. That's an incredible... I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
The most gangster thing you can do is get your mum involved.
Mommy!
It's not the same as getting grandma
Not keeping
involved.
it gangster.
Yeah.
No, so if you get grandma involved, that's some G shit then. Them's the rules.
Going down.
But your cool points, just like rap, hip hop etiquette, especially battling, you just don't involve your mum. But anyway,
Mommy!
If we're going along, even with like the joke of it, yeah, his mum comes on the track, his white mum, and she says, maybe this time you shouldn't say. So what was she gonna say?
Exactly. Yeah, the thoughts crossed my mind many times. It's like, what's the rest?
Well, we're waiting.
So ill-advised. There's so much wrong with it. Hey, son, maybe this time you shouldn't. Nigga, fuck you, mom.
Come on, Mom. Shit, I'm moving as fast as I can. Shit. Come on.
That was surprising and wrong. The other thing that was surprising, always rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed. Not quite on par with me liking young girls, just a gift for me. It's weird in a different way, but it lives in that same universe. So you've got the planet, tell him I like young girls over there, and you've got Constellation trying to free the slaves, Quadrant 6 or whatever the fuck. Why was that a line? It just says so much about just how far removed from the culture that you actually are, and then how clueless you are as to one, who you're facing in terms of Kendrick Lamar. You've got someone who's just so quintessentially is the culture. You come with a line which at best when you're writing it you must think this is a 5. The most you were maybe going to get out of it was like a bit of a laugh, because no one's really going to be going around going, oh yeah, you're trying to get the slaves freed, like for a long period of time.
I don't even get what it is. A roast, a stab, a dig. Is there a joke?
What? He's saying you're rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed, but that's not really what you're about. Really, it's make-believe. So then just say that part. Don't say you're rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed, because that's not a bad thing. You're always rapping like you're trying to save the kids. Would that... I mean, I don't know where Drake is concerned, but would that be an issue? Oh, you're rapping like you're trying to save your grandma. Okay, just the fact that you're just happy to just play with the idea of slavery, specifically where it's linked to Black American history, which is why you're able to be where you are, is off the backs of this culture and this legacy, and you're just sort of playing with it. And the fact that it was a throwaway joke just shows you how little understanding and value you place into any of it. It's the same thing with Tupac. You just don't need to play with that thing. You could just say something else.
A 2-pack of ass.
Calling Kendrick out and saying, yeah, you're not street, but this person's street and this person's a blood. Meanwhile, he's not in any of these gangs, and Kendrick literally grown up in Compton around most of the people that he's referencing. Very short-sighted again. Like, how is that going to serve you in the long run? I'm going to give it a 5. I think it's bang in the middle of bad and good surprise.
So yeah, this one's such a weird one for me. Elements of this track almost scores like negative in terms of surprise. The way that Drake writes this track becomes so monotonous because he makes that decision to hold a style, even though he switches it up 3 major times. At first, you're kind of hit by it. You're like, oh, this is fucking cool. But then he just like overdoes it. I'm so beyond surprised. Like, I know what's coming. You're just going to keep doing that, ain't you? You're doing that, Drake, and yeah, you're going to keep doing that.
You can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it.
That almost scores this like a -6 from just that vibe angle. There's no catching me off guard. Oh, what did he say there? Oh, what just happened? You go into a pocket and then you just stay in that pocket. Now it's like the opposite of surprise. How unfocused on Kendrick the track was. 20v1 and let me take a dig at this person and that person. What are you doing? Don't do that. You're basically like burning in the pits of this beef right now. Your big red buttons should be one big nuclear missile straight at Kendrick. Nothing else.
Oh my god! Cheesel Beats, Johnny. Maybe you want to turn those powers off for a little bit?
I'm good. It
seems like it hurts.
I know it seems that way, but seriously, I'm fine. I don't feel anything at all. Come on, look at my powers. This is awesome. Flame on.
I was really trying to keep it PG. That is PG Lang. He's saying I was really trying to keep it focused on Kendrick, but I have to do this because it's 20v1.
Of course. You've got to do it, innit, Drake?
Yeah.
You've got to do it.
Of course, pal. Whatever you think is best.
So bringing my score from a -6, I would say I'll bring it up to like a solid 4. There is surprise there. I'm very surprised at what you did, Drake. Like many things. I'm surprised at those things. The mind-numbingly non-surprise in terms of technique or flow, rapping style. We finish off at a 4.
Engagement, entertainment value, engagement levels, story or spectacle, engagement.
I don't know if there's too much to say on this one. This track has so many elements I do find entertaining and engaging, but again, it's just too much of it. The good stuff is so overshadowed by the fat and the waste. This song almost reminds me of like boiling potatoes.
I'm gonna let you land this.
You put something on to cook, you're excited by it, you know, you like potatoes, make some nice chips, some nice mash. Maybe you got like the most extreme hob in the world. 7.5 minutes later, you look back and all you have left is like ash. Could have been good, but then he just kept on going. All you had was overcooked potato. You can't make it into mash, can't roast it up. There's nothing left there for anyone.
Drake is overcooked potato.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so to me, it just leaves it as like a flat, pasty 5.
Pasty 5.
Damn! I'm sorry.
I don't know if I'd class
Yeah, I
Drake
think
as...
you're right.
I think the organic potatoes cook the fastest. Plastic, composite, whatever that thing is that's not potato. I think Drake is made of the same stuff.
Like a composition of previously known as potato things.
Yeah. The artist previously known as potato. His symbol would just be a potato, like a really artistic potato. Yeah, I think 5 is quite fitting. I think it's going to be a 5. It's too much and not enough at the same time. What entertains me is the music. A consistent point of entertainment. A fair amount of musicality as well, especially like in the third beat, I would say.
Smelling the potatoes cooking.
Yeah. They smell golden at the time. After time, you're like, oh, is that still on? Is it still cooking?
Hey, nigga, I smell something. Cold leaf plants, bitch, you know?
It's okay to have like a plan and a structure. He just does that too much. Drake is very formula driven. Him and his team, you know, if there is a team, and, you know, he's completely writes by himself.
Seems like dinner dates and flowers. Seems like
accusations that he's leveling at Kendrick. There is not enough meat on the bone. You say the thing, but you don't build on that. And so it's never taken really seriously as it should be. And that should be where I'm definitely engaged. Yeah, okay, so what the fuck? Day 3? Tell me more. Like, tell me. At least make me believe. He surrounded those points with jokes and things that just detracted away from what was your silver bullet. Just a complete wasted effort. To be 7 minutes, so many words, 3 different productions, and to still not really say anything. And even with what you said, the big thing, the fact that you didn't come away from that and feel the weight of that, it's just, there's nothing there. Engagement is a 5 for me.
Too much and not enough.
That might be Drake. Too much, but not enough. For him, for her. Too much, not enough.
L'air du temps, the romantic perfume, Nina Ricci, Paris.
Quality, content and execution, technical aesthetic, standard of production, quality.
Okay, so quality, really interesting because sonically it's probably the highest quality song in the whole beef up to this point. The most polished industry standard production. That quality scores it really high. It's great, it's elite. However, the content is unfocused. I consider a lot of what's in this track to be filler. So the content brings down the quality. The actual writing, Mark, when you were saying about PG and BG and GG, I've heard so many people saying, oh yeah man, Drake was dropping some bars.
Barring away. It's like ABC.
Who had the better bars? Drake out-rapped him, and I'm talking about fuck me saying it. Some of the rappers that you've played their records and respect, they like, yo, Kendrick may have got the strategy and the perception, but if you just go and listen to bars as an MC and as a rapper, we not gonna say he rap better than Drake versus Family Matters. No fucking way.
People getting really impressed by the alphabet these days.
People could do the alphabet backwards.
What?
Yeah. Drake was going in, and I'm like, was he? By so many standards, it's like basic. YG and BG, they don't rhyme, okay? So that's okay. Okay. No, they don't have to rhyme, but because you set up that scheme, place emphasis on the last two words or syllables or whatever, we can't give him that, like, the perfect rhyme. Okay, the content, what's he saying? You know who really bang his set? YG. You're saying that this person is a fake, this person is a fraud, they're not really from the streets, they don't really bang. That would be really good and damning if someone was a fake blood. Oh yeah, the person getting called out there, fake, whatever.
I invite you to test my gangster.
Niggas envy, Blicky got the stiffy.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Witnesses reported that one of the men grabbed 6IX9 by the neck, and another hit him in the face with a dumbbell. At this time, it's unclear who is responsible for the attack on 6IX9.
And then you bring up other people to say, well, this person is a real blood. You still need permission to do that. YG didn't quite really approve of Drake using his name in that way.
What? Niggas weird. Walk around talking about shit you hear. Weird ass nigga. You niggas lame. When it's smoke, don't ever mention my name.
Just being called a weirdo,
and then,
that seems to hurt the most out of all of this.
In LA specifically, someone said, "Ah, man, you're a weirdo." People can die over that.
It's like your mum on the playground.
Yeah, but it's like suck your mum.
Right.
It's like suck your mum. You can't come back from suck your mum. You're gonna have to follow that through.
Suck your mum. Yeah, I said suck your mum.
Suck your mother and die.
So what was we saying? Suck your mum, track our way back. Oh yes.
Suck your mum, not weirdo.
And carry the mum.
Mommy!
Completely just backfires in your face. You've got very serious accusations. Pepper these in with short jokes, and then also within that, a bunch of material, nothing to do with Kendrick whatsoever. The most technical he gets is in the drill sort of beat. It's more about how he's spitting. Like if you were to just go dun 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 dun, that's literally what he's doing. Put the words in where the durs are, that's his flow. Wordplay and everything is actually great. It's actually really good. Just how he sounds, even his tone and everything. And what he should have really done is just done a separate track for everyone else. That's how you really would have shelled it. And then you did a separate song just going at Kendrick and you dropped him same time, similar time. Mind's blown, right? That's, you know, that's new age. But you didn't do that. He did well to sort of hit them off one by one. But again, as we're saying, it goes on far too long. There's no changes, there's no surprise. They're used to writing catchy things, and catchy things are usually quite repetitious, but it then just becomes redundant. His writing is not complex, it's not highly technical. And in terms of bars, something that's just undeniable, like you can't escape it, there's nothing like that. The only thing you can certifiably say is that Kendrick is short. We can agree that Kendrick is short. He's rapping very well. Drake can rap very well. That's why he's Drake. There was nothing that he put forward that was high level. When you just scrutinize a lot of what he was actually saying, it works against him in almost every way. If I look at the whole track overall quality, what it's actually giving me, 6. What he's saying could bring it down to like a 3. It's really being pulled up by the production.
Quality probably scores higher than what my instincts is saying. I remember going over the YouTube comments. Oh my gosh, Drake's done it again. Just as solid as ever. This track is just fire from beginning to end. Like I've said, I really like so many elements of this track. And there's such high quality. The beat, production-wise, people that are, say, not really scrutinizing music from like a production standpoint will be perfectly happy with it. Oh, it's so mad how it went into that transition and it switched it up. And they're just like, yeah, it's just Drake. Drake doing Drake. This is great. Keep it going, Drake. I love it. I love that pocket.
I don't want it. I'm just picturing like someone starting their like treadmill routine.
Yeah, what this Drake track just needs something consistent, repetitive, just hitting that Drake level consistently.
Start the walk off at 2. There we go.
Quality, I think, has to be assessed by the audience. Does it serve what it needs to serve? And if it does, then I guess you can call it good quality. To wrap it up in a nutshell, I'm going to give it a 7. Tempted to give it an 8. I don't think it deserves it, quite frankly.
Timelessness, depth, and longevity. Unaffected relevance. Iconic dominance. Timelessness.
becoming quite like middle of the road for Family Matters, but I'll give it a 5. The 5 that I'll give it is actually kind of off the back of something that you said in terms of fandom. I think it's quite a popular opinion that this is Drake's best song. The beef is legendary. Nothing's happened like it before, and its presence is still massively felt now, 2 years later. So the beef will live on, obviously, and standing on the beef shoulders will be what was their best songs, and it will be Family Matters for Drake. There are things that have come as a result of this song which will be timeless, kind of on the coattails of the story of the beef itself. This guy, What's the Derp, his kind of introduction to the scene was doing these really in-depth breakdowns of songs, presented really well, you know, edited really well, really like polished. Came across as someone who takes the time. He seems to be going the extra mile, getting more information, more research. People were referencing his videos as a credible source to interpret these songs from, and everyone's kind of anticipating these breakdowns and such, especially Kendrick and Drake. He did one for Euphoria 616. That's when the 616 theory came about. Kendrick's from Drake's perspective, that came from him, as far as I know. What people were also impressed with was that he seemed to be quite unbiased. He's based in Canada and he's Canadian, so obviously Drake is Canadian. Very readily calling Drake out on certain things. The age of girls that were attending his boat parties,
they definitely weren't 37.
They were not 37.
Sunseeker has a yacht called the Predator. Drake's More Life album was being called Yacht Rap. It had a track called Teenage Fever. He's with a 13-year-old girl on a yacht, and in this picture, they're at a marina. I even found some footage of this exact Drake Memorial Day party where you can tell that the women in attendance, to me, don't really look like grown women. I mean, come on, guys. I'm a fair man, but, like, I'm not even assuming here. Like, these are clearly teenagers, right?
So everyone was kind of like, oh, wow, he's really exposing whatever. As you put in the work, and you seem to have, like, a real love for hip-hop as a byproduct, black culture. So then he went on to do Family Matters. Family Matters was very different. There were some odd things that he was saying about Kendrick in the run-up to his Family Matters breakdown.
To tease the Family Matters video, he puts up this post saying that Kendrick is lying about his relationship with his fiance. Strong words to say somebody is lying about their personal relationship with their high school sweetheart. You know, he doesn't call Drake a liar in any of his videos. Whatever proof he has to be wild compelling when this video drops.
What's the Dirt puts forward this theory why Drake included the N-word so many times.
What?
The guy was able to pinpoint the number of times Drake said the N-word.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Which happened to be 37.
Well, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
The reason Drake said it 37 times is because Drake at the time was 37 years old. So he was saying the N-word every year of his life up to 37 to signify that he's been an N-word or that he's been black all his life.
Oh. And he has 37 pence in his pocket while he was writing the track as well, just to add like another spooky layer to it.
Yeah, but they were not silver coins, they were brown coins. You get what I'm saying? You had 37 brown coins. Maybe ones that were, who knows, a bit rusted, maybe going a bit black.
And what's also really clever here is that Drake is 37 years old, and he says the N-word 37 times on this track, basically saying the word for every year that he's been alive to symbolize that he was indeed born black.
That's funny. It's also concerning.
You found it clever that a half-black man is weaponizing the N-word towards another black man by using it 37 times in a song. Why did you think that was clever?
I don't think he ever looked up and said to himself, how'd I find myself here? I thought I just want to make hip-hop videos. How the hell am I debating about, why am I counting niggas?
Why am I saying niggas so much when I be spitting? Cause I heard you like to count them up while you listen.
I knew it! That better not have been 37 niggas. I swear it better not.
I think he said it 36 times.
Tie in the goddamn 37 niggas cause he's saying nigga a lot. I know something. Cause I heard you like to count niggas, will you? Control F to go find all the niggas in the damn song. And then every time he points at one, and he follows with his finger, he's like, nigga.
You know, the other day, I tried to say nigga 33 times in one day. I couldn't even crack 15 niggas in that one day. Drake fit 37 niggas in a 3-minute song.
You like to count the N-words, huh? Oh, I said the N-word that many times.
Is that for him or what's the dirt?
Things seem smooth until Matthew's 37 nigga counting ass crawled out of his cave.
We get 37 niggas for how many years Drake has been alive. Wow, you dug so deep into your ass, you pulled out blobs of shit.
Damn. It's difficult because what you picture is just someone reading through the lyrics and going, nigga 1, yeah, nigga 2, 3. That's what you imagine, okay? What he said he did was type the N-word in and it highlighted all the niggas that were there, right? Highlighted all the niggas.
Get that on a t-shirt.
I don't know who's wearing that t-shirt. I'd be concerned. But the problem that we have is that you've got this guy who happens to be white. He's seemingly counting N-words, okay? And so it's enough that
that's another t-shirt.
This isn't the kind of research that he sort of gained his reputation on. A really esteemed music journalist, a guy called Justin Hunt, the company man, did like a review about issues that he had with it. And then off the back of that, the What's the Dirt guy just went on some mad, very ill-advised rant saying off-key things about Justin Hunt.
And like the company man said, it's just a more evolved form of what he was doing. At the end of the day, he was the first to do it.
What's the Dirt? He is probably the most exciting new channel in hip-hop. I'd argue that.
And he says the N-word 37 times on this track to symbolize that he was indeed born black.
Yeah, that's deep. That's dope. That'll show him how much of a nigga I am. That'll show how black I am. That's the whitest thing I've ever heard in my life.
My question is Justin Hunt stupid or is he just dumb? Enough of this bullshit. I'm gonna start clapping back. A lot of these guys don't have a lot of motion.
This video is going to resonate with young people and they're going to come away with, sometimes you need to count the number of niggas because it might mean something.
My content is fucking corrupting the youth or some shit?
My family growing up didn't use the N-word. I didn't say the N-word for 20 years.
Bro, I could kind of tell. All black families use the N-word. He's trying to peg that on me. That is bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. Fuck this guy.
He found himself in more weeds than he needed to be and tried to outdo the last thing. And that's not always the best strategy to approach.
I personally don't believe this guy's really that intelligent, focusing on one of the most minuscule, smallest aspects of the video. Why can't this pertain to Drake when he uses the word heavily throughout the track? This is not a me thing. This is a Drake thing. Only Your Highness Kendrick Lamar, Jesus himself, is able to do these types of things. Fuck this.
What's the Dirt is a grade A, 100% unhinged coward who loudly disrespected me publicly, questioned my blackness multiple times. He laughed when I said I wasn't raised in a household where N-words weren't allowed.
Bro, I could kind of tell.
Am I right? Then doubled down for a few days online calling me Carlton Banks.
Dude is like Carlton from Fresh Prince. And you're trying to frame this as me being racist.
Being black isn't what I'm trying to be, it's what I am.
Then quietly DM'd me an apology on the side at 12 a.m. this morning. After I challenged his ridiculous theory that Drake says nigga 37 times to prove how long he's been black, Dirt knuckle dragged his way back down to his cave in Canada where he counts niggas, dropped the mask, and went unhinged. I was trying to send the message that having an audience, any audience, especially a large audience, is a responsibility. And he's willing to disrespect the culture, the artist, and himself in the process, while still laundering my reputation in his Family Matters video. The point is this: don't compare me to What's the Dirt. We are not the same in this conversation. Clip my face out that weird ass breakdown too, man. I'm serious. You don't know me. And to everybody else, it's all happening.
I got an apology to make to someone. His name is Justin Hunt, but Justin is actually someone that I respect. He actually's made videos about me before. He's complimented me in interviews. I was hyped. Justin makes the video about Family Matters, and he has some critiques, right? My response to him was disgusting. I am ashamed of my response to him. Everything he said in his video is valid. I think I got really comfortable talking about black culture. I do have to apologize to that man. And this ain't damage control. This is me really seriously wanting to apologize. Justin Hunt, company man, I apologize.
I want to let you guys know that me and Matt talked. We had a really good conversation, I would say, and I'm happy with where we are. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he would say the same thing. So I'm going to leave this situation behind. I'm good with where we are, so that should be enough.
37 seconds later.
He went nuts, and basically the whole unbiased stance that people took him as having, he's kind of now fully on the Drake bandwagon. He's just sort of seen as not really trustworthy, not as well informed as people thought he was.
Because I did an interview with What's the Dirt. I asked him straight up, do you think that Kendrick's abuse allegations are true? And this is what he said. Do you think that Kendrick really did those things that Drake had claimed?
Like domestic abuse and shit?
Yes, of course.
there's no proof for that.
Kendrick got the crisis management team, man. Just like Drake talked about. I don't know when and if this will ever come out, like the truth behind this, but I will say I 100% believe Drake. 100%.
All right. I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't.
The fact that he feels that Drake would have done this, it's bad because, one, you think that's smart, but that's okay. You just may not understand. But if you're saying that Drake thinks that that was smart, then that literally speaks to everything that everyone is saying about Drake, that he's clueless. Because then that would mean that Drake came up with the idea, nah, I'm 37. He said I can't say the N-word. I'm going to say it 37 times.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
That would mean that the Drake thinks that way. And if that's true, then that's really bad. It's likely, I say it's likely, I don't know. You'd like to think that that wasn't what Drake was thinking. Maybe it just happened to be 37 and he's also 37.
Yeah.
So that was the theory of 37. Why I don't think it is so timeless. This is a diss track. And so off of the merit of the strength of this diss track and its legacy, there are too many cracks in its visage. You know, it's just not solid enough. The day 3 accusation, no evidence whatsoever of that being the case. Kendrick, domestic abuse, accusations against Whitney, a lot of evidence showing that it didn't happen. So again, timeless because of the beef. I don't think it's very timeless on its own merit. The one thing that I'd say will see it through somewhat is, again, the quality of the beat. It is all quite contemporary and modern.
Yeah. Again, it's hard to have the context of this one. With Kendrick, it's quite easy because I'm a Kendrick fan. When it's something that you don't like as much, just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not timeless. I will have to judge it a 5 without being a Drake fan. It feels like a diss track, but then it doesn't feel like a diss track. Like, I just don't feel like it comes across too obvious with Euphoria. I hate the way that you walk. It's like, okay, like he's going after someone. But
he hates you.
Yeah. With this, it felt like there was so much dancing around that you kind of almost like lose focus on what he's talking about, who he's talking to. It feels like it doesn't really convey what it's meant to convey. If it wasn't held within the pocket of this beef, it being directed in that way, I think it would just get lost. Think about that. Actually, I'm going to bring it down to a 4. I can't really imagine people going back. You remember that 7.5 minutes of the alphabet and... Oh, see, I'm hating on the track. Like, I try not to hate on the track.
Hate. Double hate.
Loathe entirely.
Just imagining like a school classroom, the teacher being like, okay kids, we got YGAB, and we go thinking from like the fandom, I think it will hold strong. I don't think it's going to be really held on its technical prowess. I don't think people are going to be referring back to this track because like, oh, look at what Drake did. Maybe that's something we can implement in our track in like 10 years time. So yeah, I'll give it a 4.
Emotion, emotional depth, soul resonance, mind, body, spirit, emotion.
Are you feeling emotional? You know, how's that quiver of the jaw? I can see it. I had a feeling. People that you can call.
Oh yeah? Who?
Our new sponsor.
Hammer Hose.
Forward stride, but Judy goes Hammer Hose.
Need some checks from them. Now, one thing you said, man, you think about the stuff that he's talking about. Your best friend, business partner of life, basically, has actually fathered a child with your long-term high school sweetheart. Very serious, very big. Not only that, but your wife up and you had to hire a PR team to clean up the stench of it. Really dark stuff. And you're not left with that feeling at all. There's no shit, like fuck, like there's no darkness. When I heard Have You Ever Thought OVO was working for me over that like soulful bop, like even when he said what would Michael do, the feeling that left me with Family Matters should feel like that times 5. Do you know what I mean? Based on what you're saying. But because tonally you literally said the day 3 thing and then you said a short joke not too long after it. It sounds like a very agreeable, nice hip-hop tune that you can just put on, put it in the car. Oh yeah, you're doing a little bounce, BG, oh yeah, and then a PG, oh red light, still with the red light, PG. It does become background music. I can't imagine anyone going, fuck, he's talking to Kendrick soul. Oh, every time I hear, I hate the way they shoot walk, the way they shoot talk. Every time I hear,
but don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
I'm like, oh, it just gets you there. It feels real every time, and the weight of it is felt. Things that should pull on the heartstrings, Kendrick is abusing women or abusing Whitney, it doesn't hit because you've surrounded it with these jokes go over your head no matter what I say, and your back is against the curb, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. I won't shake that ever at all. That's so good. Your back is against the curb. It's just crazy. But because it is so fantastical and just silly, it's silly what you're saying. It's funny, but it's silly. So you can't sandwich silly, serious, silly, you know? Because then it's just a silly sandwich, you know?
You don't understand. Ugh, this is so silly. This is all just because of a sandwich.
Unfortunately, you have to think about what's being said because you're not feeling it. And then when you think about what's being said, it kind of becomes worse because you're like, oh, well, was your mum about to say nigger?
Mommy!
Okay, maybe she wasn't, but then you're saying that, but then Kendrick shouldn't free the slaves?
Of course, pal. Whatever you think is best.
I was thinking this the other day. What's my actual favourite bar from it? We get that you like to put gin in your juice. We get that you think that you're Bishop and Juice. That's cool. Tupac played Bishop. Kendrick wants to be Tupac. So it's like kind of like, okay, like, you know, like, it's decent.
Virgin on wordplay.
Yeah. It's more of a technical rapping exercise as opposed to like a surgical diss. I don't think there's much to feel on this. Yeah, in terms of emotion, I'll give it a 3.
Cool. Very emotional response there, Matt.
Trying to hold back the tears.
I know. I feel the same.
Every day.
To this day!
Yeah, man. When I really think about it, you know what? It's ground zero. It almost goes into this black hole where I find it so hard to really grasp and remember parts. With Euphoria, just the opening. Euphoria. So many parts just come back instantaneously. Yeah. You felt something. It was a whole experience. It doesn't have that impact. It's like if you take a knife and then just wrap it with so much cotton wool, go to stab someone, it's just like a soft punch. Like you don't even feel anything, but there's a knife in there somewhere.
But there was nothing in it.
Again, it's just that too much of an okay thing, you know? It's like having a meal that you enjoy and then just being forced just to just consume more and more and more of it. Stop giving me more. This bolognese is alright, but...
no more spoons of bolognese, please. Easy on the bolognese.
Not another 6.5 minutes of this bolognese.
Just have one little bite for
I don't
my
care.
sake.
I don't want a bite. Take this fucking piece of pie and get it out of my face.
Put the fucking pie down.
Don't put that pie down.
It's a shame. It's just me. Alright, Drake fans. I know you're out there. I know you're pumped up listening to this in the gym. Just for me personally, I'm giving it a 2. I think I've made my case. Padded knife and too much bolognese.
Realm weight, cultural gravity, genre-based significance, orbital authority. Realm weight.
I would actually give this a 6. Subjectively, it would score quite low for me, maybe a 2 or a 3. Being realistic within the realm that it is and the universe that it lives in, Family Matters is a big planet. A lot revolves around it. It being Drake's flagship song commands a lot of weight in the realm. A lot of the points that he put into the track, whether or not you believe it, it's still some of the main talking points. The reason I'm not giving any higher than a 6, it's not actually as weighty as it looks.
Yeah, it's interesting. This should be the big red button. Like it needed to be. Me coming into this being quite ignorant to like a lot of the things he's talking about. Everything was new to me. This is The Weeknd, this is YG, Day 3, the accusations that are made. Unless you have the context, you wouldn't really like feel the hate. Maybe it is because of the mixed messages, the jokey stuff thrown in. It doesn't feel like a diss track. Even though it's like 7 minutes, a minute into the track, I don't feel like anything's been conveyed. He's throwing stuff out there, like there's not much substance.
But there was nothing in it.
With Kendrick, again, I don't really have all of the background or all of the history, but I always feel like I know what the track is about and what he's getting at. Like, you know nothing about that. Everyone and their baby and their grandma all hear it and like, oh yeah, like fuck me, I get this track. Something so simple, cuts deep, without knowing anything. I feel like with Drake, you need like a reference manual to get what he's saying.
Kendrick, none about that. That's silly, right? Yeah. And it sounds jokey.
Yeah.
The point is still being made, and as you said, it still cuts deep. Drake can just sort of brush it off. I'm with my son every day, and I know what sort of dad I am. But to the wider public and to Drake, it would hit. However much you post of your son and stuff nowadays, the world was introduced to your son through a diss track by someone else saying that your son exists.
Adonis is your son.
son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real.
That's true that you want to reveal the child with Adidas campaign and things like that.
I wasn't. I had at the time.
The story that everyone has in terms of how you accepted your son or accepted responsibility of a father, unfortunately, is solid, and Kendrick is built on that. There's lots of examples of that though. What is it? The braids, When I See You, Stand By Sexy, Red, I Believe You See Two Bad Bitches, the Crody, Cheese in Fam, like he does it all over the place. Drake has these big sort of serious, like emotional anchor points, right? But then jokes and silliness, misdirection. It's in this sea of confusion. Kendrick's, on the other hand, is the other way around. His jokes and his whimsical inflections comes with real context, real stakes, real history. Like the stuff that Kendrick's saying feels real. Even when he's being a bit jokey with it, he's like, yeah, he's joking, but he's saying some shit.
I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them.
You pop ass with them?
I'll make sure I double back with you.
Come on, stupid.
Drake is just the opposite. Play, it's fake, artificial. They're so completely contrasted, you know, like black and white. Oh, don't go crazy, Drake. What did you say?
What did you say, nigga?
You trying to save some slaves, boy? What's this here out here about you trying to save some slaves all about the field there, boy?
You think human beings should be free? Personally, I don't feel like it does the job of what it's there to do. In some ways, Taylor Made was much better. He was talking directly to Kendrick. It was almost a bit clearer, line by line, what he was saying and what he was getting at. I guess you're only really speaking to half of the audience in the bell, because you're going to have the ones in the know, and then you're going to have the ones that are not in the know, like myself. For me, I'm going to score this 3. It annoys me because it's so long. It feels like it should do more damage, but somehow it ends up doing so much less.
Afterglow. Life-altering linger. Vibrational endurance. Transformative ability. Afterglow.
Afterglow for me, it's a 1. Yeah, there's no glow. There's nothing to take away.
Funeral music right now. The glow is fading.
Just here, just dying inside.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Other than listening to it, appreciating the music, there is no life-altering linger. I wouldn't really say it's Afterglow, more so After Effect, but not on me personally. So yeah, Afterglow, Family Matters 1.
Cool. Quite similar to you when it comes to Afterglow. I think it is a 0 for me on this one, man. Everything else so far has had some kind of effect. Taylor Made left its mark.
A 2-pack of ass! The fuck?
For this, it's literally nothing. I struggle to really remember the track. Maybe I'll remember it as like some kind of torture method for someone that I really don't like. Got 7.5 minutes to feel, and I really want it to be
the worst.
The worst they've ever felt in their whole life. There's no part of me that really wants to ever go back and just pop this on. And there's no sparkle, there's no glimmer. Definitely not showing this to my child in any years to come. And I won't be buying the vinyl. 0.
The first ever 0 on Matt Marc Remarks. That's crazy.
On that note, personal enjoyment.
Hey!
Enjoyment. Personal satisfaction. Replay value. Overall assessment. Enjoyment.
I'd give this a 3. It's really just Sonic. It's something that I'd never do, and I probably wouldn't. But again, it's an easy listen. You can bop along. If you pay no attention to it, you don't question it at all. It doesn't get in the way. It's kind of like inconsequential in a way.
Man, you tell me what I can do, man.
I do like the third beat. Those like strings. Dum, 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 dum. But anyway, enjoyment, Family Matters is a 3.
Yeah, you know, I've been quite harsh on this track, but I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad song. Just not my cup of tea. It did start to grow on me. Vibing to certain parts and finding certain parts clever. It's just too much content there for me to really personally enjoy it. For me, it's a 3. And I think if this track was a standard 3-minute track, probably would enjoy it twice as much.
That was it, man. Yeah, Family Matters. Quite a journey. Arrived at our final scores.
Matt and Marc's Remarkaboard. Drake. Family Matters. Final score.
You want to venture a guess as to what you scored overall?
Yeah, if I have to guess, I would say 55 to 60 mark. I know it had a big fat 0 in there, so that damaged the score quite significantly.
Well, mate, you scored it a total of 34.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh,
Really didn't like this song, did I?
You really didn't like this song.
I'm comfortable with that.
Come to terms with it.
Quite quickly, actually. Now I'm okay.
You're over it now.
I'm over it.
My final score, Family Matters by Drake, was 46. Kind of on par with what I would have expected for me, like kind of middle of the road. So the overall average score for Family Matters by Drake is 40.
Oh,
nice clean 40.
Nice and young.
3 less and it would have been 37. But next time, we'll catch those.
Gonna count everyone. I'm looking forward to what comes next. Hoping it's going to be like a banger from Drake.
You want a banger from Drake next?
Oh yeah, I want a banger from Drake. I want it to be like ruthless. I'm sure with Drake, his gigantic team, and Auntie Tina, and his mum.
Mommy! I feel like he's got an auntie called Tina. I feel like that's a real thing. What, bro?
Alright.
Good remarking.
Yeah,
as
brother.
always. Peace out.
Till the next one.
Till next time.
Okay, yes. We're bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks, and it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no?